All right, here we are. Welcome to Jeff's Trips on Sunday, 5/24/26. We've been in Somerset for the night, and we're driving out of Somerset, heading back into Lincoln County, KY. We're going to Crab Orchard today. So, Crab Orchard was where my grandpa was from, which is John's dad. And we're gonna see what we can get into down there. There's usually not as much people around at Crab Orchard. We'll be taking this right where this car's at. Alright. Usually not as many people around, but we're gonna see if we can scare up some people to talk to. Nothing really is official going on there for the weekend. But we're gonna see what we can get into. So, welcome aboard, folks. Thanks for coming along. Any words of wisdom? No words of wisdom.
No words of wisdom.
Okay. Yeah, so apparently, or what we've heard, is the 33rd Indiana for the Civil War, that unit that came out of Indiana, the 33rd, which is what our ancestor was with, camped on the highest knob in Crab Orchard.
Yes.
And we think it's either that highest knob over there or that highest knob. We're not sure. They look about even from here, but that's what we've heard. We could try to drive over there, but would there be a road going to the top of the... They camped on the top of the knob?
No, they would have camped on the
base of the knob?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And there's a rock that supposedly portrays that or indicates that?
Yeah, it's engraved with 33rd.
That they engraved, or that the
Sure
was later engraved?
No idea, but I would guess at the time they were camping there.
Yeah, that's interesting. All right, we're here at the typical commercial. We're here at the Redhead gasoline. Yeah,
very popular in Europe. That was the same year.
You know, one of my pet peeves, you can't even fill up your car with gas on a nice quiet Sunday morning without being bombarded with some commercial on the gas pump. That aggravates me. $4.19 a gallon.
We're looking at the new downtown Crab Orchard.
The new downtown, yeah.
We got City Parks Auto Parts, Dollar General, Dollar Family.
Family Dollar down there.
Dollar.
We're at the Redhead gasoline. Right over there is the early beginnings of the Kentucky Derby. Knob Hill, where they would race around the horses.
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill, yeah, Spring Hill. So, $17.97, or is that the address? Or is that the year? Since 1797, but we don't know.
I would guess it's the year.
All right, we're heading up to the Crab Orchard Cemetery. It's on a knob up here, beautiful views. Gonna visit some family, look at that. The Crab Orchard Cemetery, what's that say? Entrance erected by the Crab Orchard Business and Professional Women's Club, August of 1969. Yeah, right when Jennifer was born, my sister. This entrance is the same age as my sister. Still in pretty good shape, just like her.
I bet she didn't know that. The Women's Club probably paid for that brick entrance.
Yeah.
That's why the plaque's there.
I only got 10 minutes of film time left on this chip, so I have to go to my phone once we run out of chip time. How you doing? You been sitting there for a whole year?
I feel like it.
That's funny. How you been?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
How are you, young man?
Good. How are you?
I'm hanging in here.
We're told this is where we can pick up our money at right here.
Yeah.
Pick it up or drop it off.
We prefer drop off.
All right, we're up here to the family plot here in Crab Orchard, Kentucky. Been up here a handful of times on this channel, but we always come up this time of the year.
Yeah, they cleaned this.
This is the Hunter plot. This is it Helene or Helen?
Helen. They called her Healing.
Healing, okay. Boy, I've only asked you that 100 times. 100 times. That was Pawpaw's parents, right?
Yes.
My grandpa John Hunter, which is John's dad. And then this is William John Hunter's grave. He was the man that was in the 33rd Indiana Infantry in the Civil War. It ended up here in Crab Orchard. They had an encampment here, and he ended up in a local hospital, or makeshift hospital out of the church down there, and ended up staying there when the unit moved out. He was still under care, and ended up at the Smith house, which is where he fell in love with the daughter there, came back, married her, stayed in Crab Orchard. Rest is history on that. That's how the family ended up here. Cool stories. So this deal here is marks the Civil War graves. John was involved in that. The Boy Scouts started it. They had wooden sticks in the ground depicting the graves of the Civil War people, and then those started to get rotten and stuff, and John was instrumental in getting the metal poles put up with the aluminum numbers. And how do you get to that information? You go on a certain website or something?
No, a local historian.
Yeah, but how do you get, when you're in here and you look up number 28, how do you?
Well, you have to have this local historian put this together, where he
Oh, okay.
took the cemetery here and spotted all the Civil War veterans,
Okay.
and then on the back he does a little history of each one, and he has this on a CD that it's a walking tour of the cemetery.
But number 28's not on that.
Number 28 was not on this because this whole thing was made before this grave site was established here. He is actually not buried
Yes.
here.
This is just a representation of his grave. He's at another site.
He's on a private farm directly west of here, I would guess that is. And instead of it being on a private farm where no one would see it, to get his recognition due to him for serving in the military, we put the headstone here next to his wife and his son.
Yeah. Kind of neat.
Stop number 14 is Walter Saunders. He was not a Civil War, in the Civil War, but after the Civil War, he became the leader of the Crab Orchard Gang. And they were like regulators at the time, going around and keeping the black population in line, and just being a terror. And so this is his grave here. His marker has the number 14. It's a gray, indicating Confederacy.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't in the Confederate Army, he was a Southern sympathizer and a Southern guerrilla type sympathizer.
Maybe that's why he got his thing pushed over.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
But look at this. There's no adhesive on it.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. This doesn't have anything on it either. It looks like it would be an adhesive.
It was just balanced. View of old Crab Orchard.
He died in 1877. Well, he shot and killed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That knob over there, they used to have horse races. We've talked about this before. Around the base of the knob, and the crowd would sit on the hillside and watch the horses go by.
I'd say that answers your question about what the highest knob is.
Yeah, the one to the right.
Yes.
Because that was the other one we were looking at, I think. Here's a little fenced in area within the cemetery. It's kind of interesting. I've never actually stepped foot in here. Had a gate at one time. It's broke off. The big one here, John Buchanan, 1815 to 1897. That's a heck of a headstone. The top's missing off of it. John Buchanan. This is Andrew Whitley Buchanan. Maybe that was related to the Whitleys or something. That's why they have this fenced in area. But then there's, you know, somebody buried in 2002. And Jane Addams and Clay Waddle. It's interesting. Oh, there's the top that's broke off of here. Back there, sadly. Yeah, we're down here in Paint Lick. Kind of a quaint little area, really neat.
Rainbow bread on the screen door.
Oh yeah. Kind of cool. It's a neat area. I only got 2 minutes left on my thing. Can you drive up through here? Do you want to park? Oh, that's what you said wasn't planned. No, I don't think I've ever been in here. Alright, I switched to my phone because my memory card ran out. We're down in Paint Lick. It's a little area, kind of a neat area. And there's a information placard here, sign. Fort Paint Lick. According to legend, the area derives its name from the signs painted by Native Americans on the trees along the creek banks and around the nearby Salt Lick. Like many 18th century Euro-American fortifications established in Kentucky, the settlement at Fort Paint Lick often came into conflict with nearby Native American communities during its early years. Kind of neat. There's a bed and breakfast back in here too. Back up in here. On the back side of this sign it says the first Euro-American settlement in what later became Girard County. Fort Paint Lick was established by Lieutenant Colonel William Miller of Virginia around the spring of 1776. Miller was an associate of frontiersman Daniel Boone. His stockade benefited from its close proximity to the Wilderness Road, Fort Boonesborough, and Logan Station in Stanford. And we had some relation that lived in this area. All right, well, we made it back last night. Today is Memorial Day 2026 here, Monday morning, May 2526. Yeah, because my camera ran out, I just kind of finished up filming there with my phone. Hope you guys enjoyed that weekend. Went down to Lincoln County, Kentucky over the weekend. It's pretty traditional. I've been doing that with my uncle for probably 15 years or so. A lot of times Brady goes, he wasn't able to go this year, which we missed him dearly. But it was a good weekend. The car deal on Saturday night at Somerset was kind of subdued. We don't know if it's because of the weather. We don't know if there was an edict from the police because I saw 4 cars pulled over. Who the heck knows? But we had a great time. And yeah, like I said, it's going to close this weekend out here. And it's Monday morning. And I appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. I'll see you on the next trip, everybody, Lord willing. And the creek don't rise. Have a good one. Thanks for coming along.